everybody, so welcome to a new vlog. I'm gonna have some guest stars this week because Meghan and Mason arrived last night. Last night was Rhodes Ball, which was a really fun time. The band was really good. I think that the band was maybe even better than last year, but I think I preferred the DJ last year. But it was still really fun. Had a great time. Glad I could bring Anika along with me. So I'm starting this vlog on Sunday because I want to start with Meghan and Mason and everything. So today we're gonna spend the day in Oxford, so I'm just gonna like show them around the city a little bit. I think we're gonna try to do a library tour, hopefully, so should be a fun time. So I'm just gonna walk into town to meet them now. Managed to make it to our library tour, which is a big deal for me. Waiting in the Divinity School, Hogwarts Infirmary. So it is Monday today. Yesterday took Meghan and Mason around, went to a few of the colleges. New college, which the cloisters weren't open, which was disappointing. Magdalen, Trinity, did a library tour of the Divinity School and Duke Humphreys, which is cool, both Harry Potter filming locations. And then we did get we did a formal dinner at Pembroke. Food wasn't their best, but it's the vibe. And today we're going to meet up with Chloe and Anika, and we're gonna go to Blenheim because they have like a food festival on, which I've seen like videos of before, and it looks quite cool. So that should be fun. So I'm gonna go meet up with Meghan and Mason. We might try to do Christchurch this morning, and then catch the bus to Blenheim.
I'm also so down if you want to try. Hi vlog!
There you go.
Hi vlog!
Good. How's the gyro? Zero. I already forget. Just for Anika.
Yeah, she's a hungry girl.
Yeah. I'm so fast. It is the next day now. Blenheim Food Market was really fun, really good food. I had like some fried chicken that I think is up there with some of the best fried chicken I've ever had, full stop. It tasted like really fresh, and it was like really crispy but like light breading, and it had like some spice to it. It was really good. All the food that we tried was really good. And also ate like 1,000 churros because we got the family sized one to split amongst all of us because we saw this little girl with them that looked like this big, but that must have been children's ones because ours were like full-size churros, so it was a lot. And then we walked through the castle, started in the gardens. Anika and Chloe had to leave a bit earlier, but Meghan, Mason, and I went and walked around like the rest of the grounds before heading back, and then everyone was kind of tired, so we just like came and chilled. They came over and we got some food. But today we're gonna head into London because we have Hades Town in the evening, and then like we're gonna do like all the tourist stuff too in the morning, and gonna have like a really fun day in London. So like probably the British Museum, like Buckingham Palace, Westminster, all that kind of stuff. So it should be fun. She said that was her favorite part of the trip. Geldings. guys, so next day now, I'm actually just about to head out because Meghan and Mason and I are gonna go and spend the day in Bath, which I'm really excited about because I went for the Lee Bardugo signing last year, but I didn't really see much of the city when Anika and I went. We kind of like just went for the signing. So I'm excited to actually explore a little bit. Yesterday in London was so fun. It like rained all day, but that was okay. We went and saw Buckingham Palace. They were practicing for Trooping the Colours, so really cool to see all the military and the horses out doing that. We went to British Museum. It was a little weird though. We couldn't get in for like an hour because I think that they just like, they were having some technical problems or something. But we were in there for like about an hour, kind of saw the best exhibits, the Rosetta Stone, the Greek stuff. So that was cool. And then Hadestown, which was so good. I absolutely loved it. The music's so fun. I love the sets. I think that the ending is like a bit, I mean, because they're like, how do we make this very depressing ending slightly less depressing? So the ending's a bit like, not quite what you would want, but still really enjoyed the show. And yeah, had a great time. So excited to head out to Bath now. I'm gonna go meet the two of them at the train station. We made it to Bath and Mason's just been begging to go to the Jane Austen Center the whole time. So finally we were like, okay, shut up, we'll go. So we're heading to the Jane Austen Museum and maybe her house too. And then the Roman Baths Museum. And then I think just looking around at all the outdoor stuff, maybe Bridgerton filming locations. That's it.
That's nice.
I think that one was hard. everybody. Thursday morning today. So I've just gotten ready and all packed because today I'm going into London again with Meghan and Mason. And we're going to spend the day in London and then go and see a show called Pride and Prejudice tonight, which is supposed to be really fun. I think it's just like Mr. Darcy, or it's just Pride and Prejudice, but drunk. So I think it's gonna be a super, super fun show. And Michael and Anika are going to meet us and come with. So really, really excited for that. But tomorrow we're also flying to Germany. So we're gonna spend the weekend in Frankfurt. Meghan is going to a conference the next week in Germany. So that's why this kind of works out. So I'm going to go with them for the weekend. We're gonna like travel around Frankfurt and it should be a really good time. But yesterday we had a really nice time in Bath. The city's so pretty. And yeah, like just walking around is so fun. So we did the Jane Austen Museum, which I loved. I love those kind of like little museums. It's very interactive. Meghan and I, they have like, you can try on the period dress and stuff and take photos. So I'll put some photos in here maybe. That was super cute. And yeah, lots of little interactive bits, which were really fun. And then we went through the Roman Baths Museum, which way bigger than they first appear. Like we went through and I think we were all like, this is quite small. Tickets are a bit expensive just to see this one little pool, but then it just goes on and on and on. So that was really cool to see. And then yeah, we just kind of, after that, we really just went and walked around the city and looked at all the other kind of landmarks and stuff. A lot of like Bridgerton filming locations, stuff to do with Jane Austen. So really, really fun day trip and super easy to get to and everything. So yeah, gonna have another good day in London. It's been a really fun trip so far. So yeah, clear up a couple other things on the bucket list today. So tall. Yeah. We are. We're sitting on Blackfriars Bridge because it was a scene from Infernal Devices that we actually can't remember exactly, but we think that there was a moment and probably some automatons. Someone was also in disguise and they were following them. We've puzzled some of it out. But we're close enough. But then we're gonna head to finally see Pride and Prejudice in the evening, meet up with Anika and Michael. Meghan and I are wearing matching shirts. Mason didn't want to.
Yeah.
We should have gotten you one.
I forgot to pack it.
Yeah. Should have given him a sweater.
Oh, we should have.
Yeah. But we're gonna go there and watch the silly drunk Pride and Prejudice show. And then that's it for tonight before we head to Germany.
Bright and early.
Bright and early. It's very cute.
It is.
I like the disco ball. Thanks. Time jump. We've made it to Frankfurt. We tried different chips that they have here so far and that's about it. But we're heading to the cathedral and are just gonna like explore the city center today. But it's very warm, but we're along the river, which is nice. What's your rating?
3 out of 5.
Hi guys, so after our day in Frankfurt yesterday, just like exploring the city center and the huge botanic gardens, were massive, made it to Heidelberg, which is like about an hour train ride out, and my one German friend said that in his opinion it's one of the most beautiful cities in Germany. So we've stopped for Black Forest cake. We're gonna head to the castle and do all the sights, which it sounds like there's a lot of like pretty nature walks and stuff, so we'll be getting a tan today, I think. We made it up to the castle. If you can't tell from how sweaty I am, the climb nearly took me out.
It's 29 degrees.
Yeah. Would not recommend in the hottest day of the week,
Yeah.
but we've made it for now. We're still climbing. Wine barrel in Germany. I lied, this is the biggest barrel. Just a note, if you're planning on doing the Philosopher's Walk and going to the amphitheater, never know how to say that, it's 50 minutes uphill. They don't mention that.
Sweat.
Yeah. So we actually discovered when we got to the top that there's a bus. But none of us had thought to look at the transit options. Nope. It's just perhaps a mistake. So hopefully we can get the bus down. But yeah, it's cool. There's a few information things, but they're all in German. But essentially this was like the Nazis would come to watch theater here, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Mason's climbed all the stairs.
We couldn't be bothered.
Oh, he's just a little speck. So we survived the day and made it back to the hotel. After the insane climb, we actually discovered that probably that bus line isn't in operation. So we had to walk back down again, which was fine. It was like, I was more worried about falling than it being difficult. But then we tried to go to this one restaurant that my friend had recommended, but they were like, you can sit at one of these 3 sharing tables, and it was like the corner of a 4-top, and we were like, so we were kind of hesitating. Then the guy was like, very common here. I was like, I'm sure it is, but this is my Canadian hot take. Sharing tables are stupid. Especially if it's not actually like set up to be a sharing table, because yeah, we would have just been like cramming into someone else's already sat table. So we just went to a different place and ate. So I had schnitzel again, which I think I preferred the schnitzel at the other place, but we tried spatzel, however you say it, just like little sort of egg noodle things, which were really, really good. And we've tried all the wine things that you're supposed to try. So there we had like, it's like a wine spritzer basically. So it's like wine and club soda basically, right? Yeah.
I think so.
And then we had Riesling at the castle, which we all really liked. I think that was everybody's favorite because it was just like a quite sweet wine. We're getting towards girls' night out. So that was really good. I also did enjoy the apple wine that we had the other day, which is like apple wine, which we Googled how it's different from cider. And the answer is it's really not. It's just the percentage is higher, so it has to be like characterized as a wine. But apparently this region is just like known for winemaking. So yeah, we really like got our steps in today. I haven't been so sweaty in a very long time. But yeah, Heidelberg was really pretty, I think. Like, and probably more to see than in Frankfurt, would you say?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. But yeah, just like a nice city to walk around in and stuff if you're not walking completely uphill the whole time, because it is like pretty steep inclines. And I didn't really see other options, which you could take a car up to the amphitheater that we went to. So do that if you're going and you're not into the hike. But it was a really pretty hike at least. Just, yeah, all up, all incline. But anyway, made it back. We're all very excited to shower. in quite a bit later, so you will have seen clips from our last half day kind of in Frankfurt. Basically, Meghan Mason and I left the hotel basically and finished up the last couple things in Frankfurt. So we went to the main like art museum. I don't remember what it's called. It was also like a long German name, so I don't even know how to pronounce it anyway. And yeah, it was pretty much all paintings, a few sculptures, but that was pretty cool. And then we went to Goethe's museum. I've never known how to pronounce his name. I think I'd read some of his poetry, and then his like main, probably most famous work is Faustus. And so we went to his house, which also has like a museum attached to it of sort of like kind of based around the Romantics. And the museum was actually really cool. Lots of like interactive bits, a few replicas of artwork that we actually saw in the other museum, and then yeah, like tons of stuff in there actually, so that was quite cool. And we wandered a little bit. We went and had a piece of like Frankfurt cake, which was really good. I think I actually preferred it to like the more authentic kind of Black Forest cake that we had here, because I really enjoyed the Black Forest cake that we had in Heidelberg, but I will say could be chocolatier. But really enjoyed both. And then we stopped and Megan and I had like rosé apple wine, and Mason had a beer, which he did not entirely enjoy, at this like bar on a boat kind of situation. We got rained out a little bit today, but not too badly. And yeah, kind of nice to more chill last day. And then they headed to Karlsruhe, or Karlsruhe. Don't totally know how to say that either, because Megan's conference starts tomorrow, and then I just I'm staying in like a different hotel by the airport because I leave tomorrow morning, so it's actually cheaper to get a hotel for a night and take the early flight Monday morning than it was to fly out on Sunday. So yeah, nice last day, chill evening in here, and had a really cool trip. Can check Germany off the list, I guess, or you know, not entirely all of Germany, but I've been here. And yeah, it was a really nice weekend after a really nice week showing them around London and Oxford. So really glad they could come for that trip. Had a great time. I think they both enjoyed it as well. I feel like one of my highlights from the week was definitely Pride and Prejudice. That was such a fun show. It was basically like the audience was on either side of one long runway, and it was 5 actors playing all of the characters. So people were like running back and forth, and it was really funny. Meghan and Mason both also said that they think that they preferred that over Hadestown. Like Hadestown also really good, but is like obviously like proper like theater musical vibe, whereas Pride and Prejudice was like really fun, silly kind of thing. But yeah, very cool show. And what else in Germany? I don't know, maybe the Botanic Gardens actually in Frankfurt. And yeah, Heidelberg was just really pretty. Like just walking around was really cool. So yeah, had a really nice time. But I think that since nothing else is going on tonight and I'm just heading home tomorrow, I'm going to end the video here. Thank you for watching and catch you in the next one.